Rewind the tape, just play me those memories. You're leaning into me, I'm holding on to your shoulder. Where did that go? Oh, I hope we don't give in. It would never be the same. It's like you're gone when you're still. feeling of your something from a movie scene, never knowing what could have been. But now I'll never know, no, 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 no. Secret glances from across the room. I know that you can feel that too. Going through your head when all I could think was, what if that you come across the room? A little enchanted too. Did I miss something more with you? Did you get chasing after me? Like something from a movie scene. Never knowing what could have been. I'm so far away from home, in this desert of regret. Never thought that I would have to let you go. Tell me, how can I forget? If I could travel back in time, I'd lay a blanket full of stars to brighten up the darkness of our sleepless nights. I'd find a way to make you smile. But I will break your fall, even if you don't love me, even if you don't love me. I will break your fall, even if you don't love me, even if you don't love me.
감사합니다.
내 생에 이런 점심을 먹을 줄이야.
되게 좀 엄청 가려웠지.
어디서 사온 거야?
너.
아 맛있네. 진짜 너무 귀여워.
귀엽죠.
건들지 마. 우와, 색깔 봐.
뜨거워요. 이제 끝. 이제 끝. 싱싱생생하다.
근데 무슨 계란찜이라고요?
폭탄 계란찜.
폭발이요.
오빠의 집.
너무한.
해낼 수 있지.
순두부는 어때?
진짜 맛있어요.
서양파예요.
너 양파.
너 양파 싫어하잖아.
이렇게 막 만들어서 다 접어가서 발표하고 했어?
네.
잘했어.